Okay. Okay. Great. Cool. Thanks, Veronica. Welcome to our new CE call for August 17th, 2015. I have turned into a team call. Sometimes I just can't wait to talk to everybody, and so I have put out the call that tonight's for everybody. So thank you for being here. We have 29 people on the call tonight, and hopefully a few more will hop on in the next couple of minutes. I'm just going to jump right into it. We just got back from Leadership Retreat, which was the first ever leadership retreat that Trades of Hope has ever had. For those of you that are brand new and don't even know what I'm talking about, Trades of Hope has had two annual retreats with the entire company where there's no qualification except that you have to be a compassionate entrepreneur, and you can sign up and go and have a world-changing, wonderful, life-changing experience weekend in Daytona Beach, and that's in January. The Leadership Retreat was put out to the company in, I think, February, and it was a qualifying thing. You had to qualify in order to get an invitation to go, and the qualifications were a certain level of sales and 6 newly sponsored CEs over a 3-month period. And so 20 women out of roughly 2,000 CEs qualified, and so we were spending the weekend with the top 1% of Trades of Hope, which was pretty thrilling. There were obviously many more that were very close and would have benefited from being there this weekend, but that's why, you know, the 9 of us from Small Things Great Love that were there, which I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a second, we're coming back with all sorts of really simplifications of some of the things that we've been doing. And I think that you guys, you know, those of you that are brand new, this is not going to be a change. It's just going to be the norm, which is great. Some of you have been here for a few months. Maybe you're feeling like things could be simpler. And honestly, the home team is listening and your leadership is listening, and we're going to make things simpler. And what that's going to do is really change everything. It's going to give you tools to give to new CEs. It's going to, for you as a new CE, it's going to be very clear and simple what you need to do to build a successful, whatever successful looks like, home party business in order to achieve our mission. That's it. You're all part of this company because, for 2 reasons. You love our mission. You love the fact that Trades of Hope is different. You love the fact that we are a movement, that we are changing the world, changing lives, impacting, empowering, and doing incredible things. You're a part of this company because of that, but you're also a part of this company because we're not a volunteer organization. We're a business. And at multiple points this weekend, it came up how incredible this opportunity is to create something for ourselves that is not only world-changing and that will, our individual businesses will impact entire villages, and as a company we will impact entire countries, but what it will do for our individual families and families of women all over this country. It's thrilling, and I want you to think big and dream big. And those of you that are brand new to this company, you know, I want you to catch the vision fast. And those of you that have been here for a little bit, open your eyes. We are part of something really exciting. And we say that all the time, but you know, it was sort of a joke this weekend. I think the statistic is that you have to hear something 7 times before it really sticks. But we sort of joked this weekend that, you know, at one point somebody said 7 times, and somebody said 21 times, and somebody said 42, and then it just became, you have to hear something 42,000 times or 900 million times before it actually sticks. And that's, you know, whatever it is for you, sometimes it does take hearing something over and over and over again before it really sinks in. And if hearing that you're part of a world-changing company, if you have to hear that a lot before you really believe it, that's okay. The very first time I heard it, I wasn't completely convinced that we were changing the world one pair of earrings at a time, but of course I am now. But I'm also convinced, and I know that we are going to have millionaires in Trades of Hope, and that is an incredible thing to think about, because a millionaire compassionate entrepreneur is changing thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. And I don't know about you, but I would like to be a part of that. So backtrack a little bit. I want to go back to the women that qualified for this weekend. Crystal Barham, Veronica Martinez, Debbie Howard, Melissa Surek, Amy Redshaw, Marie Chenard, Vicki Tucker, and Crystal Barham. Oh no, I said Crystal Barham. Oh no, did I forget someone? I wrote my list down, and who did I forget? Crystal, Veronica, Debbie, Melissa, Amy, Marie, Vicki, and Jenny. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay, and Jenny DeCogen. These women, these 8 women, and then myself, the 9th, we made up almost half of the group that was there this weekend. And I cannot tell you how proud I am of these 8 women and their perseverance and diligence and the determination that they had to get there. And what was amazing to me and what I truly, truly believe is that, yes, they all earned the opportunity to be there this weekend, but I truly felt that they were meant to be there, all of them. And if you are part of well, you're part of my group, so you're part of all of these groups, but all of these women are incredible, and they all bring skills and talents and ideas and personalities to the table that are diverse as the day is long, but all perfect, all uniquely perfect for what we're trying to achieve in Trades of Hope. And it's incredible to be in a group of women that's diverse and yet common in mission and understand what we can all go forth and do. So you have an incredible group of leaders that were there this weekend. There are other incredible leaders within this group that were not there this weekend, but I'm just super proud of those 8, and I wanted to acknowledge them, because the standards that were set to go to leadership were high standards. And I said this weekend, I was a little bit scared when they first came out, and I was nervous. You know, what if I don't qualify? But I was so thankful for Gretchen and Holly pushing us, because it forced me to be creative. It forced me to be innovative. It forced me to rise up to the challenge. And that's something that we should always do. I will always have high expectations of you. I will always believe in you, maybe more than you believe in yourself. And I will tell you things 45,000 times or 400,099,000,000 times until you believe them, because I believe it. And I believe that you can achieve far beyond your expectations. So if you come into this party and you really think that you only want to do one party a month, I'm going to tell you, you want to do more. And it has nothing to do with building my business. It has everything to do with building your confidence and showing you that you can do more than you believe that you can. Because Marianne did that for me. You know, it happens over and over again. When somebody believes in you more than you believe in yourself, but then you decide to go ahead and trust it and go for it, incredible things can happen. So all of these women that were here this weekend, I believe, were meant to be there. And I'm so excited about the commitments that we've made, the commitments to simplicity that we have made, because really this business is simple. And I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again 42 million times. There are only 4 things you need to do in this business, and you need to do them well, and you need to pay attention to what your sponsors and what your sponsors say about how to do these things, and you will achieve your dreams, and you will surpass your goals and expectations of yourself. You need to book parties. You need to sell. You need to sell our product. You need to sponsor women, and you need to do continuing education. That's it. Those are the 4 things. And if we keep it simple and we focus on being the best at those 4 areas that we can be, we are truly unstoppable. The vision that kept coming up this weekend of the realm of possibility, that we are all possibilitarians, that we need to believe in big, big, exciting things. It just kept coming up over and over again. So I just want to honor those women and honor their vision and their willingness to get there this weekend. And now coming back to you, I want you to feel the realm of possibilities that is at your hands, whether this is day 1, day 2, day 100, day 800 for you as a CE. You have an incredible opportunity. Something else we talked about, was a leadership retreat. So we talked a lot about the qualities of leaders. And one of the qualities of leaders is taking responsibility. And something that I, as a leader, some of you know me really, really well. Some of you don't know me at all. Some of you are like, who's talking? This is Erin Woods. And Something that I always want to be is very transparent, very honest, very real. I'm doing this business with you. I'm a little bit further along, but I am on a journey as well. Something I read recently said, don't compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. Our businesses are different, but I'm in a different place. But as your leader, I always want to take responsibility for what I'm putting forth to you, what I'm saying is true and good. I send out welcome emails to every new CE. I try to do it within the first 3 or 4 or 5 days that they have become a CE. That email is chock full of information. I CC your sponsor. I created that email as a tool for you, and I hope that you use it. I hope that you get something out of it. I hope that you print it out and that you save those links and that you really use it. But what I realized this weekend is that I need to give you a call. And so I'm taking responsibility. Those of you that are new CEs, so those of you that are old CEs that I haven't called in a while, not old, veteran, we learned that this weekend too. I'm going to call you. And we don't have to talk for an hour. We don't have to talk for half an hour. I just want to talk for 5 minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15 if you really need it. I want to talk to you. And those of you that are brand new, I want you to know that I want to talk to you. I say all the time that I'm here and I give out my phone number, but I know that might not be super easy to just pick up the phone and call me because you don't know me. I am a totally normal person, so you can do that. But I want to take responsibility and make one of my commitments to you as your director is to try to reach out to brand new CEs within the first 3 to 5 days of their business. Saying it out loud, I believe in saying things out loud as a way to create accountability, also as a way to create things, make things happen, say them out loud. I am obviously behind, so if you've been a CE for a while and you haven't gotten a call from me yet, I'm working on it. So I ask for grace, but I do want to take responsibility to build better relationships with you as your director because I value you. You don't know me, many of you, but you can hear my heart. And my heart is constantly, every single day humbled by the women that come onto this team. And the challenges that I see so many of you face, and yet still hold parties and still plan to go on vision trips and still sponsor. And I am completely humbled by you. And I want to take this step and being better at making phone calls and speaking to you and making that time for you, because I think that is probably the number one thing that's going to make a difference in all of our businesses and help you achieve those big dreams that I talked about in the very beginning. So expect to hear from me. And expect, your sponsors, you can say, has Erin called you yet? That's fine. I'm giving you permission to hold me accountable. But I challenge all sponsors, every single one of you who has sponsored someone, to maybe tomorrow. I know that everyone that was there this weekend, we're going to be reaching out and kind of starting over, pressing the reset button with some of our team members. But go ahead and give yourself permission to press the reset button. Don't feel guilty. It just is what it is. We're looking forward now, and we've got a really, really good path in front of us. So reach out. I challenge you to call, make a phone call. Don't just send a text. Don't just send an email. Try to make a phone call. A couple of tools that we were given this weekend that I thought were really exciting, and as leaders, we're going to be committing to using them, training to them, and teaching you how to use them. And I think it's going to make a huge difference in what we're doing. We're going to become more effective, and we're going to become more duplicatable. Something that was really amazing that I took away from this weekend was simplifying my business so that others could truly see themselves doing what I'm doing. I tell you guys, when you're at a party and you're speaking to the group, you want to ask every single person, would you like information about doing what I'm doing, or can you see yourself doing what I'm doing? Well, then I kind of realized that what I'm doing is not super duplicatable. And that's my fault. And what it's doing is hurting my ability to impact our mission, and I want to stop. So I want to tell you that simple is okay, that the cue cards are okay. They're not just okay, they're awesome. That all of the leaders that were there this weekend committed to holding the cue cards in their hands during their presentations or holding a clipboard in their hands, because truly, if we believe that anybody can do this, that anybody can have a world-changing business with Trades of Hope, then we have to make that our message. And so if I do some crazy over-the-top, presentation that nobody else can do, why would anybody want to do this? Why would anybody want to join with me? So I'm going to be holding cue cards in my hand from here on out, or a clipboard in my hand. And I'm going to simplify my presentation, because my own advice, my whole training call, less is more, less becomes more. I need to take my own advice, and because it's true, because I believe in it and I know that it's true. I just need to do it. And your leaders that were there this weekend, they're going to do it. And I challenge you to do it. And if you're at the beginning of your business, what a gift. What a gift. I am giving you the release to keep it extremely simple, to rely on the cue cards. And I can tell you that this is coming from the company as well. Holly and Gretchen believe that simplification is the direction we need to go. That artisan story after artisan story after artisan story actually is damaging what we are trying to accomplish. There's, of course, you want to know everything. You want to fill your heart and soul with the stories of Trades of Hope and the artisans, but that's not necessarily the best way to do your business. That's not the best way to approach an audience who's never heard anything. Yes, they're developing new cue cards, Gretchen. What you need to do is present the more generalized version of what Trades of Hope is, because then it becomes almost like an exploitation of our artisans. And if you think about it that way, I know none of you would want to be doing that. There's a personal, private nature to a lot of the things that we're presenting, and none of the artisans we work with want to be the poster child for sex trafficking or poverty or any of or acid attacks. Nobody wants to be that. They want to be employed. They want to be taking care of their families. They want dignified work. They do not want to be the poster child for these great tragedies that they have overcome. So let's be harbingers of hope. Let's be light. Let's give people enough information to understand what we're trying to do, that we're trying to partner with women around the globe to break the cycle of poverty and create sustainable income-generating work, to lift women out of poverty, out of desperate situations, to be a voice for the voiceless and to protect the vulnerable. That's what we're doing. And let me tell you about the Haiti signature bracelets, and let me tell you maybe a little bit about Guatemala or Costa Rica or one other product that maybe I love, but that's it. I don't need to make you cry. I don't need to make you shut down, because, Holly talked to us. Maybe there's somebody in your audience who just doesn't want to hear it. Not because they're heartless, but because their life is really hard too. And they didn't come to a party to be sad. They came to a party to be lifted up. So I want you to have permission to be light and be Trades of Hope. Hope is that is the banner that we carry. So keep it simple. Use the cue cards. Use a simple format for your presentation, and follow the lead of what your leaders are going to be doing now. And when you do that, others will see what you're doing and they will say, I can do that too. I am so inspired by this mission, and I was afraid of the whole getting up in front of people and talking, but she's got notes in her hand. I can do that. I can hold notes. So think about that. For some of you, that's going to be an aha. For some of you, that's going to be like, oh yeah, great, I'm on board. So please, I'm reading as I'm talking. Take the pressure off, Colleen. We are part of something beautiful, and people need to hear less than we think they do. And if we want to do the best by our artisans and by the mission, then we need to keep it simple. So give yourself permission to do that. That's what our leaders are coming back from this weekend committed to. It's what I, as your director, am committed to. So let's go out there and do really simple, light-filled, positive, fun parties, and give people the opportunity to change the world by shopping, hosting, joining, and having a fabulous time doing it. Now, there's still the continuing education piece. So yes, you go read a book, go read Half the Sky, do something as a compassionate entrepreneur that's going to fill up your soul. Apply for a vision trip, go on a vision trip, do those things, because that's the fire that you can light within your own heart. But be a good businesswoman, and a good businesswoman, a good compassionate entrepreneur in Trades of Hope is going to be a light and going to keep things simple. Lynn just asked about doing games. I don't think games are bad. Games are fun, but keep your presentation to 20 minutes. So if you can do a game in 20 minutes, then play a game. But we want to keep things simple. Another tool and thing that came up this weekend was an interview process. And again, Mary Ann's talked about this a lot. I've heard this a lot, but it really sunk in with me this weekend, and it sunk in with the leaders that were there this weekend. And we've all I think kind of fallen in love with this tool. And I think what helped us was that we did a role play this weekend and used this interview. And it's an interview for when you're talking to a potential CE, somebody that's interested in being a compassionate entrepreneur, but you want to make sure, because it's your responsibility to make sure that they have all the information that they need to make a decision for them. We want women to become compassionate entrepreneurs who not only love our mission, but understand that the vehicle to achieve that mission is building a home party business, a sustainable home party business. We don't want women to sign up to be CEs who don't want to do that. And the interview, what's incredible about it is it helps you as a CE and as a sponsor understand why somebody wants to do this. And everybody's why is going to be dramatically different. And again, here goes back to that taking responsibility piece. I am taking responsibility for wanting everybody to want the same things that I do sometimes. And if you don't, that's okay. And I truly need to, I as a leader, this is something that I am going to be working on, and understanding where people are and what they're doing. In that vein, though, I'm going to still have high expectations, and I'm still going to have maybe a bigger dream for you than you think that you have, that you want or deserve, because that's also my job as your leader, is to set really high expectations. But I'm going to interview you, and many of all of the women that were there this weekend, we're all going to be going back and having these interview conversations. The good thing about this is that it's going to introduce you to the interview. You're going to see what it looks like, hear what it looks like, experience it. So it's kind of like a role play, except it's real. Although the interview is to be used before someone becomes a CE, but it's okay to use it after, and just kind of make sure that we're all tapped into your why. Because we want to be really strong leaders, and we want to meet your needs and what you want for your business. But one of the things that's in the interview that I think is really awesome, and this is the interactive part. So get ready to type in your keyboard. I want you to think about if you had $500 given, extra every month, what you would do with it. So take a minute, go ahead and type in. I'll read out your answers. If you had $500 each month, what would you do with it? Put it in my adoption savings, pay off debt, save it for vacations, pay off my car, pay off my mortgage, grow my retirement, pay down debt, pay for college, mortgage, traveling, saving, pay off debt, save, rent a bigger place. My daughter is a dancer, pay for her to go to a summer program, college, debt, probably redo your kitchen, pay debt, send kids to college, give more to charity, medical school for your husband, debt, getaway, travel, vacation, college, new car. Awesome. Go out to dinner more. Amen. Yes, $500 a month. Get ready for retirement. $500 a month statistically can be the difference between bankruptcy and solvency for a lot of families. It's a significant amount of money for many, many people. It's a significant amount of money for anybody, really. I mean, if somebody handed you $500, that's not like finding a 20 on the ground. How many parties do you have to do to make $500 a month? You can answer. Average size Trades of Hope parties. 5. Yes, 5. 5 parties. The average size party in Trades of Hope is about $500. So you would be earning $100 in your base commission from that party. So if you did 5 parties a month, you could pretty well guarantee that you were going to have $500 in extra income. That's 1 party a week plus 1 more. And you probably could do it in 4 parties if they were above average size. Yeah, so 4 or 5 parties a month. Now, another question, and this is slightly different. $500 is great, but what if somebody said you could have $1,000 a month in extra income? What would you do with $1,000? Adoption and travel. Pay off debt. Vacation. Pee my pants. Go on bigger vacations. Go to Italy. Yes. Renovate your kitchen. Hire a housekeeper. Pay off your mortgage. Kids' tuition. Vacations. Buy a mountain cabin. Finish the basement. Build a house. Travel more. Travel. Mission trip. These are bigger dreams. Buying a house. Yeah, buy a new house. No more student loans. $1,000 a month, family vacation, get out of this apartment, build a house. These are big dreams. $1,000 a month. $500 a month is life-changing to many, many families. $1,000 a month, that's a dream. And that's where you get to dream big, and that can not only change your life, but change the life of your children. Change your life in a way that is maybe not what you're thinking right now. Maybe you think that's not a possibility. How many parties do you have to do as a qualified CE? So keeping in mind that you can earn a bonus. How many parties do you have to do a month to earn $1,000 in income? Emma got it first. 8. If you do 8 average size parties in a month, and you have $4,000 in sales, so you've earned your 5% bonus, you're making 25%, so you're making $1,000 a month. 8 parties a month is 2 parties a week. Think about it in terms that are simple and clear and doable. 2 parties a week. Thursday night and Saturday morning. Maybe 2 parties on Saturday. That's what I'm doing this Saturday. 11 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 day out of your week, or 2 days out of your week. Or do 3 parties on a Saturday. I haven't tried it yet, but I really want to. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Done. 3 parties. You could do your 8 parties over the course of 3 days in an entire month. 8 parties a month can give you $1,000 in income consistently. And that's just the beginning. That's you by yourself. That's you having not sponsored anybody. That's you not having a $1,000 party, which many of you will have them in this coming season. So I want you to think about how simple that is. That when we talk about 8 is great, and my reasoning in challenging you for doing 8 parties in September, it's not an arbitrary number. It is a number that can get you earning $1,000 a month. And do you think if you earned $1,000 a month in September that your significant other wouldn't sit up and pay attention to what you're doing? And it wouldn't be pretty darn exciting to look at your e-wallet and see and say, honey, I'm going to go ahead and make a transfer into the bank account. How much? $1,000, $1,500. And maybe next month I'll do more. Because it's fun. It's exciting. When you have $1,000 in your e-wallet, it's fun. And when I first started, and that, when I hit that mark the very first time, it was right around Christmas, and I remember saying to my husband, I'm going to transfer this money in, and let's just use that for Christmas. And it felt so good to contribute in a significant way to my family's household income, doing something that I was so passionate about that really was not taking up much of my time, and I was just enjoying the heck out of, and it was purposeful, and it felt so good to be part of global issues and do these big, amazing things and yet impact my family directly. It kind of becomes contagious. It kind of becomes, like a lot of fun. So 8 is great. 8 is not impossible. 8 is not crazy. 8 is great. And we talked about that a lot this weekend. And so I want you to think about that. As a new CE, as a CE who maybe is thinking smaller, I want you to think bigger, because 8 is doable. So you're going to be hearing this a lot. And this is going to be a consistent message coming from me, coming from your leaders in this organization, in this team, and from the home team, from Mary Ann. It doesn't mean that you have to have 8 parties to be a successful CE. It's your business. It's always your business. But when you think about it in these terms, it's kind of exciting. And the impact that makes on the mission is huge. So we're here to achieve a mission. And to achieve that mission, we need to build these sustainable home party businesses. And that doesn't mean 15 parties a month. It means 8. So that I just wanted to kind of give you that visual. But that $500 and $1,000 a month question is in that interview. And I think it really helps you understand somebody's heart, somebody's dream, somebody's why. And it also helped them understand what they could do with that extra money. So think about that as you're speaking to people and as you're sponsoring and as we're sharing this interview tool and kind of rolling it out to you. That it's a really wonderful, valuable tool for you as a sponsor to understand where somebody's heart is and where somebody's coming from. And then for you as a CE to know what's possible. Okay, so that's kind of the beginnings of leadership. There were other things that we talked about. There, obviously, we saw all the new products, the kit builders, or the new fall line, which was really, really fun. You know, we had 20 women there this year, 1% of the company. I would love for all of you to be there next year. The qualifications are going to be different, and we're all going to have to qualify again. But if there's 4,000 CEs next year or 5,000 CEs, then that's going to be 50 people at leadership, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool to think about the growth in that regard too. So plan to be there. Plan to be a part of this group. Plan to be a part of leadership. But at the same time, understand that the women that were there are committed to you. They're committed to simplifying, to getting to know you and your why, taking responsibility, giving you a call, building relationships, and bringing you to our parties and all sponsors. This was another big aha. One of the best training opportunities that you have as a sponsor and as a new CE is to go to somebody's party with them. So I put out my parties today. I hope that every single one of you that has sponsored puts your parties out there to the people that you have sponsored. And those of you that are leaders, obviously, invite people. Everybody that went this weekend committed to bringing a CE to every one of their parties from here on out. So I'm just really, really excited about what that's going to do for us as well. Because there's nothing better than going to a party and seeing it and experiencing it. So I encourage you, if you're new, to get in touch with your sponsor and say, hey, I want to come to your parties. And if you are a sponsor, you're more of a veteran, then I want you to make sure that you've got a CE with you at every party, or 2 or 3 or 4. So that's pretty much it for what I wanted to share with you. It was really exciting. We're all kind of tired this morning, but I know I hit the ground running, or tired today. I hit the ground running now, and I've had some great phone calls already. I'm excited. I'm always excited, but I'm so excited about what was laid out this weekend, the direction that Trades of Hope is going. We're just, we're getting more business smart, and that's better for the artisans. We need to be business women, and you know, our software program is going to be changing. Our products are getting better and better. Julie Shipman is amazing in what she is doing and designing and creating exclusivity with the artisan groups for Trades of Hope. It's an exciting thing that you are a part of. I'm thrilled that you are here. I'm humbled by your presence. Thank you for being on the call tonight. And I'm going to stop the recording.